Hello YouTube. Welcome to Liv and Spice. Today we're making pork sinigang like real Filipinos.
Remember you're recording, so don't forget to talk to the camera.
Oh, okay.
This is your show.
Oh, you know what? I'm doing something wrong. I'm supposed to just rough chop these. So you want to rough chop your onion for your sinigang. Same with your tomatoes. You want to just do a quick rough chop. Doesn't have to be exact, or you can make it as small as you like. Oh, my eyes are burning, bro. They tell you to breathe through your mouth in cooking school, but I don't know how to do that. It hurts. I picked a Roma tomato because I like how firm they are as opposed to like a beef steak or something that's super watery. At least like Roma tomatoes, they have a better mouthfeel and you can feel the flesh. Excuse my crying. Can you pause it? Cool. And shout out to Shin. If you guys like me, can you send me another knife? Yeah, I like these knives. Shout out to Japan for making the best knives. So like I said, you really want to cut your vegetables, especially for a soup where it's gonna be, it can comfortably fit on a spoon. You don't want really long pieces on your spoon because it makes it difficult to eat and it doesn't make people happy. Have our mise en place ready. I also have a banana pepper I'm just going to cut and de-seed. Damn, smells good. Take all the seeds out. Probably save the seeds for like germinating if you like peppers like that. Slice this bad boy up. You don't have to dice it up, but because I want it, you know, in every spoonful, that's why I diced it. And the bok choy, I'm gonna leave whole. Just make sure that you really clean your bok choy. Pull your leaves apart because it has little dirt in there and you don't want that dirt in the soup. So really make sure you clean it very well. And if it has any like like this has like little buggy bites. Take it off, don't use it. Put it in your compost. But yeah, I leave the bok choy whole. It's cute, it's small. But if you don't want big pieces of bok choy, definitely you can cut it up into small pieces. I can show you. You can just cut off the bottom here. And what you can do is, because it's already layered, you can just cut it into strips. And you can create little pieces if that's more comfortable for you, but I like the leaves because they're tender and they're soft, so that's why I'm not gonna cut them up. Let me get a bowl to stick those in. Definitely gonna use those. You can use those as like a garnish. So we have our bok choy, we have our red onion, we have our Roma tomatoes, we have our banana pepper, we have our long beans, fish sauce. We're gonna use a tablespoon of fish sauce, water, and salt and pepper. We're going to go ahead and we also have taro root. So I put the taro root in so it just doesn't oxidize. So for the taro root, you're just gonna cut it into chunks. And I might cut these down a little bit more, just so that they're smaller pieces. For tamarind, so the tamarind that I was able to get was the sweet tamarind, and they come in these little pods, right? They come in different sizes. So I just really want the actual tamarind paste. So what I did was I broke open the pod, and then I pulled out the seeds and then put in the paste, which I'm going to soak in water. So soak it in like warm water just to kind of let it sit for a little bit. So if you see it right there, we're gonna put the tamarind paste in water and just kind of squish it around a little bit. And this is gonna be that sour mouthfeel in the sinigang soup. So we're gonna let that sit. It takes about probably 10-15 minutes, just depends. Just keep checking on it. And so for this recipe, we're going to use pork spare ribs. And I went to the counter at the Filipino store and I had them cut them into little bite-sized pieces for me. And what we're going to do with these is it's important to have the bone on because that's where your flavor is. Having the bone is very important in developing that delicious flavor in any soup. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some salt, 3 passes, and we're gonna do pepper. Now you can use whatever meat that you want, but a lot of people love to use the pork short ribs. And you just wanna mix. And what we're gonna do with the short ribs is we're gonna cook them in batches. You don't wanna overcrowd your pan because you lower the heat of the pan, and instead of getting that nice sear on your pork ribs, you'll end up, it's just not gonna cook correctly if you overcrowd your pan. So like I said, we're going to sear the pork in batches, and you do not want to overcrowd your pan, so make sure you just take your time, get that nice caramely color that you want on your pork, because that's where the flavor is. And once it's already down, try not to like mess with your pork too much. Just let it sit, let it develop its color. You can tell the difference if you listen when the water is cooking out of the meat. When you hear less of the popping, then you'll know to flip it over. And see if it's still sticking, it's not ready to come up. So a little bit about the history of sinigang. It was a dish that was before the Philippines became colonized, a lot of the national dishes like adobo, lumpia, pancit, those are staples in Filipino diet, but also sinigang is a type of meal that would be consumed every day amongst the Filipino people. So you have your, burn myself, you have your pork already seared, so you just want to add that to the pot with the juices. And then you want to take your water. And we're going to add a little bit of water. You want to make sure that you cover up your pork, because we're going to simmer this for 15-20 minutes. More water, not too much. Just a little bit. And then to that, you want to take a tablespoon and do about a tablespoon of fish sauce. And we're gonna bring this up to a simmer. And then once we bring it up to a simmer, we're gonna let that hang out for about, like I said, 15-20 minutes. And then we'll add in our other ingredients. So if you can see all this scum rising to the top, you want to take a skimmer and you want to skim all of this off. Alright, good. So we'll be doing this for the next, every 10 minutes.
Alright.
Alright, so we have more impurities rising up. I'm going to skim this off. Okay, so now we're going to add in our onions. I'm going to add in our tomato. And if you want to add a little bit more water, you can. I think this should be pretty good. Okay. We're going to add in the taro, the long beans. We're going to add in our peppers. And we're going to add in our taro. And at the very last, we'll add in the bok choy. We just don't want the bok choy to be overcooked. You just want them nicely wilted. Isn't that gorgeous? And then for the tamarind, we're just gonna kind of sieve this out a little bit so it's nice and smooth. This one up to a simmer, and we'll check it back in 10 minutes. Put in our bok choy. You don't want to overcook it, you just want it to be nice and tender, so probably give it like a couple minutes. Prettiest dish ever.